Hello everyone, and welcome to our podcast series. This is Joseph Lusier here, and I've been working with Tong Ren for 25 to 30 years. My simple goal is to share all this knowledge with everyone else. I want to give you data, information, testimonials, all the things that can help you in your practice, help you understand and share that information with others so they can also appreciate and understand through their own experience the benefits of Tong Ren therapy. Each week we go through a new topic, and each week we want to hear from you guys so that you can tell us about what you think and what you want to hear about. So I look forward to seeing all of you, enjoying this great podcast series, and giving you all the information possible, and above all, answering your questions to help you on your journey to health and to being of service to other people as well. Thank you very much. Hello everyone, and today we're going to talk about actual experiences for healing. And this is my own personal experience. And what I'd like to say right off the top, never underestimate the power of the body to heal. This will be an amazing story for you to understand it and inspire you to think about the amazing capabilities of the body. As always, whenever you have an injury or a condition, do your homework. Get choices. Get different options from different people in different realms, the allopathic or the homeopathic or Chinese medicine, Indian Ayurvedic medicine, all these different things, they may have better options. So for myself, I have a background in Chinese medicine, and that is my go-to, and I've learned, even from this experience, more about it than I would have ever expected. So for myself, I had an injury. I had an accident. I fell and I injured my right shoulder. The bottom line is I had no use of my right arm. Zero. I could not move it. Every breath I took created incredible pain because from the shoulder to the ribs to everywhere, it was swollen and inflamed and in serious pain. So immediately after I had the accident, I was lucky I was near my friend, a chiropractor, and he immediately gave laser therapy and some chiropractic manipulation, which was great because I had that within an hour of the actual accident. It was perfect. He did say one thing that was interesting. He says, "Can I take off your shirt?" And I just said no. And the reason was my right shoulder was about 2 to 3 times as big as my left shoulder. So the only way to remove a t-shirt at that time would to be cut it with scissors. So I did the the chiropractic, and then I knew I needed to get more information as well. So I went to the emergency room. So imagine every breath, every movement causes great pain. So as I drove to the hospital, every pothole looked like an amplification of crazy pain. I recognized every single hole, every single stone on the road because it caused me to jump with extreme pain. So the bottom line is I eventually got to the emergency room because I wanted to assess, see what was broken, see how I was doing. So I had to drive with my left hand because the right arm was not working. Not at all. So 100% with my left arm driving, and I got to the emergency room, and eventually they gave me an x-ray, and that x-ray showed that I have a 4-part fracture on the humerus, which is the upper bone of the arm. So basically it broke in 4 parts, and it was inflamed 2 to 3 times its normal size. So not only was there the pain, but now there was the incredible injury. What's significant about that is I'm a Chinese medicine practitioner, Asian bodywork therapist. I use my hands. So immediately in my mind, I was thinking, well, I'm going to be out of work. So I needed to really think about this seriously. Eventually, from the allopathic side, they told me I needed surgery and 4 to 6 months recovery. But from my Chinese medicine background, I was at home, and a friend of mine who was an acupuncturist came to give me pain therapy for my arm. And that helped tremendously. I couldn't move. I didn't sleep laying down. I basically sat in a chair with my arms almost in a fetal position so that I wouldn't move to create any more pain. So for myself, I use herbal pain therapies, homeopathics, salves, and different things, and they helped a lot. The pain was, I don't think even a harsh drug could have really gotten through this pain. But the acupuncture really helped. But what was really the critical thing for this whole thing was I knew if I paid attention and I focused and I did my homework, I could find a solution. I could find the best solution for me. And I was blessed because the person, my friend, the acupuncturist, said his teacher was an orthopedist, a physiotherapist type of person, as well as an acupuncturist. He was one of the master teachers there. Fortunately, it was very close. It was actually in my same area. So I immediately gave them a call and went to sessions. This person is a master. He can fix bones without surgery. He can fix torn ligaments. He does great work even with strokes, especially if they're caught early. So for myself, I just booked, I think it was 2, sometimes 3 times a week, a combination of his therapy, which is really brilliant. Electric acupuncture, herbal medicine, poultices, and Asian bodywork medical massage therapy. So treatment after treatment, I started to get movement in my arm. I could actually get some recovery. I was also doing some physical therapy, some exercise, some different things as well. But what really fixed it, because he went deep. With the herbal poultice, you actually fix the tears. With the acupuncture, you actually innervate the nerves to recover so that you do not have permanent damage in the nerves. I was wrapped up like a mummy on the right side of my body, but I started to see improvement right away. So within a couple of weeks, I got some recovery, more movement, and the bottom line is, through this very focused approach with physical manipulation, through electric acupuncture and herbal poultices and herbal medicines, instead of 4 to 6 months recovery from surgery, and with the possibility of a side effect, and I wouldn't have full use of my right arm, I was back to work within 6 weeks. I was doing heavy deep tissue massage within 6 weeks. And I continued. I was able to scale back on my therapy with him. I continued because I wanted deep, long-term success for my shoulder, and that worked tremendously. Also, at the same time, which was also a great benefit, my friend, who's also a chiropractor, we did something called the 6-part Spencer technique, which is a frozen shoulder manipulation. It is using isometrics, which moves the arm in 6 directions, pushing and resisting to increase mobility. So that was my chiropractor. These are the things that people can do. There are many, many tools available for recovery from even a serious injury, which traditionally would require serious surgery. So between some light therapy, which I did, laser therapy, chiropractic, the manipulation with the 6-part Spencer technique, and especially the acupuncture, the electric acupuncture, the herbal poultices, and poultices are basically an herbal mix on a cloth, and it's heated and put on the target area and left overnight for 24 hours with oils as well in order to get deeper healing. Things like helichrysum and yarrow, those types of herbs actually can increase vasodilation to the areas, increase tendon repair. All these different things are able to actually recover. So if you think about it, thousands of years of history of herbal medicine, Chinese medicine, shaman medicine, Ayurvedic medicine from India, they have mastered these techniques. Their cultures have used these techniques and evolved the best techniques available for people to use. So I did it and eventually was able to get my arm back to get rid of the pain. And I was able to go back to work. So it was the most brutal pain that I ever had. For that, I did use homeopathics, arnica, tea relief, different things like that. So that was a great benefit. I also used Tong Ren distance healing therapy, the TAM healing system. And why is that? That's because it targets nerves, just like the electric acupuncture, it targets the nerve itself. So all the nerves and the tissues and the chi that I wanted to get to that area were also being amplified through Tong Ren distance healing. These therapies are amazing and they can work quite well. I don't know the bottom line of how much a surgery would have cost. Probably tens of thousands of dollars. I don't know if there would have been any side effects if I would have full use of my arm to this day. Instead, I went focusing with my chiropractor and my acupuncturist to do this. This acupuncturist was a teacher in the New England School of Acupuncture. He's a master. And these techniques have been around, as I say, for a very long time. For my own maintenance and self-care, I continue with Tong Ren. Deep penetrating castor oil packs. That's another thing that I did. Castor oil with essential oil is another healing technique which has been around in the Americas, made really famous through Edgar Cayce. With most of his cases, castor oil penetrates deeply to accelerate lymph drainage and detox, which means it allows nutrients in, oxygen in, energy to be produced to heal more quickly. Almost the same process with red light therapy, which I also did, because it improves and increases mitochondrial function, energy production, and microcirculation. So there are a lot of things that people can do. Do your homework. Don't accept what one person tells you. Always question everything that they say and get a second, third, or fourth opinion, as I did. I went from having no arm, unable to extend to my radio in my car, to turn the keys in the ignition, or to do anything. I was strapped up, but it was only 6 weeks and then able to go back to work in my own profession of manual labor, Asian bodywork, deep tissue massage therapy. So don't give up hope on the wisdom of our body to recover. And I researched more. The last thing I'll say is I researched more exactly what is happening in a shoulder. If you look at it, imagine all the angles and all the power it has, all the range of motion from to our side, to our front, to our up, to our back. That is an amazing design of a joint. And that recovered because the body remembers how to fix itself. It has the body wisdom. So again, therapies like Tong Ren, which are also excellent for this because it's deep energy inside the body. More energy, more chi, more biophotons, the more healing capability. Don't ever give up on the possibility of recovery. At the very beginning, I thought, I can do this, I can figure it out. At the beginning, I was concerned. I was afraid. But I did know that if I did my homework, the best resources would show up, and my positive attitude also helped my recovery as quickly as possible. So, do your homework. Don't give up. Find choices. There are lots of choices out there. All kinds of medicines, all kinds of devices, all kinds of techniques. And especially with Chinese medicine, Indian medicine, and shamanistic medicine of the Americas, it's been time-tested for thousands of years. Why not use that experience? Thank you very much, and have a great day. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Tap into Tong Ren, Stories of Healing and Change podcast. I'd love to know, what did you think? Did you have any aha moments? What got you fired up? Did this episode make you more curious about this healing world, or make you think differently about specific topics and hopefully expand your awareness? Let us know your feedback, and always feel free to contribute and share your own ideas and recommendations. Let us know what is your possible personal experience in this area. Think about what you heard that got you most excited. Figure out how you can ignite that fire by taking a first step or going deeper into your own practice. This is your nudge for you to question what you have heard from us, for you to question what you've heard from others, and above all, get to the truth that you need in order to be empowered and excited about your practice and your own health. Question things and get out of your comfort zone and start making things happen. If you have questions, reach out to the community. Also, we have lots of resources like online courses and live workshops to support you. Once again, thank you for thinking about us and listening to our Tong Ren Community podcast. Stay tuned for our next episode of Tap into Tong Ren, Stories of Healing and Change. We hope to continue to empower, inspire, and uplift people on their journey to optimum health. Join us each time and let's take charge of our health and share this important information with the world.